Former Lakers guard Danny Green didn't mince words when discussing LeBron James, though his remarks weren't about LeBron's talent, legacy, or commitment. Instead, Green delved into a deeper topic that has shaped not only LeBron's path, but the careers of nearly every modern superstar: social media. Back in 2003, when LeBron James first stepped into the NBA, the world looked entirely different. Flip phones were still common. People were sending texts using T9 keypads. The iPod was the hottest tech item at the time, and Facebook hadn't even launched. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok didn't exist yet. LeBron entered the league as a teenage prodigy from Akron, Ohio, hailed as the chosen one, and already being compared to Michael Jordan before he even played an NBA game. The expectations were massive, but the truly remarkable part is, he didn't just meet them, he surpassed them. Still, according to Danny Green, the rise of social media during LeBron's era might have taken away part of what made his greatness feel legendary. During his appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, hosted by Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, Green made a striking observation. He claimed that social media, instead of enhancing LeBron's aura, actually reduced it. "I think social media has ruined that for a lot of the bigger guys," Green said. "That mystique was more noticeable early on. When he was in Cleveland, he had that rock star feel. By the time he got to Miami and then LA, fans had way too much access to him." It's a compelling point, because it highlights something often overlooked: the mystery of the superstar. There was a time when the greatest athletes seemed distant, unreachable, and larger than life. That mystique surrounded players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and early career LeBron. In those days, fans mostly saw their favorite stars during live games. Maybe there was a post-game interview or a few highlights on SportsCenter. But now, fans can watch athletes eat lunch, dance on TikTok, tweet their thoughts in real time, and stream live on Instagram. That constant access takes away the magic. It brings athletes down to a human level, and that's the shift Green was talking about. To be clear, Green wasn't criticizing LeBron personally. He was pointing out a broader change that has impacted today's stars. Social media has made it more difficult for players to preserve that mythic image. Now, they're more visible, more judged, and more relatable in the public eye. That doesn't mean LeBron hasn't continued to thrive. He absolutely has. He shattered records, won championships, and stayed one of the league's top forces even into his 40s. His current level of play still stuns fans and analysts. But, as Green sees it, there's a difference between being great and feeling mythical, and perhaps social media has blurred that line. Even so, LeBron doesn't need to rely on mystique to be remembered as one of the greatest ever. His achievements speak for themselves. 2 decades of dominance, 4 NBA titles, several MVP awards, and becoming the league's all-time leading scorer. His influence on basketball and culture is undeniable, and he's still going. If LeBron can guide the Lakers to just one more championship, that might be the final piece he needs to solidify his case as the greatest of all time. Not just for his supporters, but for his critics and the entire basketball community. At the end of the day, no amount of tweets or TikTok clips can overshadow what happens under the bright lights in the postseason. But, let's be honest, LeBron won't accomplish that feat alone. The Lakers still have adjustments to make. Their current roster needs upgrades. There are gaps to address. And with LeBron's leadership and sway within the organization, he'll definitely have a say in those decisions. Whether it's convincing another star to join him or pushing for stronger bench support, LeBron's voice matters. So the real question becomes, can the Lakers put the right team around him quickly enough for one final run at a title? Because if they do, and if LeBron hoists that trophy in a Lakers jersey once more, then all the chatter on social media, all the overexposure, and all the criticism won't mean a thing. What will matter is legacy. Something major is happening in Los Angeles. The Lakers, one of basketball's most historic franchises, are at a turning point. And leading the way into this thrilling, uncertain offseason? Luka Doncic. Yes, the former Mavericks star, a five-time All-NBA first-team guard, is now at the center of the Lakers' future. After a blockbuster mid-season trade that rocked the league, Doncic no longer wears Dallas blue. He's in full Lakers gold and purple. This gives the Lakers a massive opportunity. Luka is eligible for a new contract this summer, an extension worth 4 years and $229 million. That's superstar money. The deal would begin in the 2026-27 season and replace his player option, starting him off at $51 million for the first year alone. It sounds like a no-brainer. Just sign and move forward, right? But ESPN cap analyst Bobby Marks suggests Luka might not take that route. Instead, he might go for a shorter 3-year extension worth $165 million, with a player option in the final season. Why turn down a guaranteed $229 million? Because it gives Luka more control, more flexibility, and a better long-term outlook. By signing a shorter contract, Luka could return to free agency sooner and potentially recover the $345 million he missed out on by getting traded before his next Supermax kicked in. That deal cost him money, but it also gave him something priceless: a fresh start in LA and the chance to shape his legacy in a city made for stars. Luka has already shown signs that he's embracing this opportunity. While most assumed he'd be a Maverick for life, everything changed quickly. Now his full attention is on winning in Los Angeles. And despite nursing a sore calf, Doncic has made a big impact already. In 28 games with the Lakers, he averaged 28.2 points, 7.5 assists, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.6 steals per game. He shot 43.8% from the floor and 37.9% from deep, while logging over 35 minutes per night. Those are elite numbers, especially for someone not playing at full strength. Now imagine what Luka can do after a full offseason of rest, training, and team development. With LeBron still performing at a high level and the franchise determined to build around Luka, the Lakers have a formidable foundation. Between Doncic and LeBron, LA has a duo that can match any in the league. But time is short. LeBron isn't getting younger, and the Lakers know their championship window won't stay open forever. That's why their focus is already shifting. In this next chapter, Luka Doncic is the centerpiece. If he accepts the full extension, he'll be under contract through 2030. The team can start building a long-term championship core around him, adding top-tier role players and creating the kind of dynasty fans dream about. But if Luka chooses the shorter 3-year deal with a player option, the situation changes. It pressures the front office. It demands immediate success. It forces the Lakers to win now, or risk losing their new franchise player. The stakes couldn't be higher. At just 26 years old, Doncic is one of the most talented and marketable players the game has ever seen. He's already accomplished more than most players do in a full career, but he still hasn't won a championship. That's what he's chasing now. That's the dream he's bought into with the Lakers. And that's why this summer isn't just about money, it's about trust, urgency, and building a contender. So, what will Luka decide? Will he go for the safe long-term contract and build patiently? Or will he bet on himself, sign a shorter deal, and push the Lakers to prove they can build a title team around him? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This is Luka's team now. Every move the Lakers make, whether it's a trade, free agent signing, or draft pick, will be made with one goal: win with Luka. And now a new rumor could shake things up even more. According to reports, including one from Kelly Iko of The Athletic, the Phoenix Suns may be softening their stance on a Kevin Durant trade. If true, it opens the door for teams like the Lakers to make a serious push for one of the league's most skilled forwards. A potential blockbuster involving the Lakers, Suns, and Nets is making the rounds. Here's the proposed outline. The Lakers would trade Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Knecht, and Maxi Kleber, along with an unprotected 2031 first-round pick and a draft swap. Phoenix would receive Hachimura, Finney-Smith, Vincent, and the valuable draft assets. Brooklyn would absorb Kleber's expiring contract and send Knecht, the 18th pick in last year's draft, to the Suns. For Phoenix, this deal could mean a shift toward rebuilding and financial flexibility. For Brooklyn, it's a way to clear salary and bring in young talent. And for the Lakers, it's a move to potentially land Kevin Durant, a move that would instantly reshape their championship hopes. There's a catch, though. Durant holds significant influence. He's entering the final year of his contract and can effectively block trades by declining to sign an extension. If he's not happy with a destination, his agent can make it clear he won't commit long-term. This gives Durant rare leverage. So if Durant signals interest in joining LeBron and Luka in LA, the Lakers could be in prime position to make the move. LeBron and Durant have faced off in some of the NBA's most iconic matchups, but they've never been teammates. This summer might be the final chance for that to change. And if it does, the Lakers would instantly become the championship favorite.